When people come to a new country, they have questions. They have many questions, and not easy questions, but questions that will change their whole future, actually. So the problem with the answer of these questions is always that it's not easy to find it. The information for newcomers is not centralized. It's often in the minds of different people, of social innovation startups, of government, and so on. It's not digital. You just can't easily Google it. It's not local enough. You have the problem that there are things that only apply for several areas in a country and not really for the whole country. It's not trustworthy. And last of all, which is really important, it's most of the time not in your language. The Integreat app, or the organization behind the Integreat app, wants to improve the whole information flow in a local area. So we don't want to just improve the information for the refugees or the newcomers, but also for everyone who's working in that information integration network.
The solution to this problem for us is having a platform for local governments to share their information. And currently this is used by around 50 municipalities in Germany. To give you an idea, there are roughly 5 to 600 in Germany. So we are already covering lots of them. And they provide the content, we are only providing the platform, and the local governments are cooperating with local NGOs to create the content. Currently we have around 500 local agencies collaborating on the content. And the local governments pay us a service fee. We are currently a non-profit social enterprise. What we have is a content management system which the governments use to create the content together with, they provide access to other organizations locally. And the content then is shared to a smartphone, a native app, which is very much required for offline functionality. So in Germany, sadly, there are still lots of accommodations that don't have internet, and refugees often are not able to get internet contracts with telecommunication companies. So offline functionality is sadly very much required. Then of course there's a website, and it's also possible to print out the information in a PDF and so on. Yeah, and our core values are everything we do is open source. We share, we want to collaborate. We already met lots of people in this conference we want to cooperate in the future with. Also, the content created for the platform is Creative Commons licensed, so the municipalities can share their content, and they're doing that. That's also a big accomplishment in Germany, that municipalities are working together. And we want to collaborate, are collaborating, and one of our biggest goals is be transparent and open and honest to others and to ourselves.
Just to sum up, so our advantage is that we have the municipalities providing the content, not us, which means we have like 500 people who are experts for their fields and providing the content. Yeah, that's it, I guess.
So thank you for a very nice presentation. I have a couple of questions, but I can start with one. Can you tell me a little bit more about yourself, the team, and why you're doing this?
So we started as a student initiative and many volunteers. We have now lots of developers. We're starting to professionalize the whole thing, I guess. And yeah, lots of developers, a few management guys.
Most of them volunteers, some of them paid.
Thank you for your presentation. Nice that it's open source with open APIs. I suppose there's a lot of investment of time and energy in convincing municipalities to join the platform, plus to define the right content at the local level. So how do you get funded? Is it only volunteer-based? And if not, where do you find fundings?
Initially, it was only voluntary. And now, for example, we won the Google Impact Challenge, so we got some funding there. Also, the local governments are paying a service fee. They don't have to; they can use it for free. But we are trying to convince them that it's a good thing and that we need money to, on the long term, develop and keep this platform up. So it's conviction.
And we're in the lucky position that the governments come to us actually because they know that it works in other municipalities. So they want the solution, and then we come, and then it's easy to have convince them.
Nice. I wonder, how do you get to beneficiaries, or who's in charge of reaching out to beneficiaries and making sure that people are using the app?
I guess that's one of our biggest problem, but I mean, advertising the app and the content is also a responsibility of the local governments. We are trying to support them, especially because they're not so much into digital media. So we're trying to help them on social media, but of course we are using old school channels like having posters in the authorities, in the bureaus where the refugees come to.
Thank you. And do you have an assessment as to how many beneficiaries have you reached, or?
We're working on that. It's really hard to tell. I mean, it's really hard to tell how many we reached because the information is offline. So there's usually, we are just starting to have a feedback channel now. And so, yeah.
So how many people use the app every day?
That's a good question. We have, I think I just did an analysis a couple of weeks ago. We have like several 100,000 API accesses per year. Like I think 300,000 per year. That is refreshing the whole content for one municipality.
I presume you're going to get to the point where you need a lot more data, surely, out of this.
We believe in privacy a lot.
Okay. Well, how about anonymized data?
Still, you need to collect it. Yeah, we are on this path. We are trying to be as conservative as possible with collecting data. We're trying to collect what we really have to and what we think is beneficial for us. We are not really convinced like collecting every data will help us.
Good answer. Thank you very much, Integreat. Thank you.